Hello guys, this vlog is going to be me in Seoul, the massive giant metropolis and the capital of South Korea, exploring the capital for a day. Thank you for watching, keep following my journey please guys, and yeah, enjoy the vlog. Peace out.
Alright guys, good morning from Seoul in South Korea. It's my last day in the capital of South Korea, so I'm going to go and explore. Let's go and do it. Alright, yeah, I'm temple hunting. Checking out Seoul's temples. I've never actually been to any temples in Seoul yet after a week, so today is the day. Better late than never. South Korea is a mixture of Buddhism and Catholic, so those are the main two religions. So you see a lot of Buddhist temples, almost a little bit like Japan. The temples are the same sort of, like Thailand, Japan, all those sort of places, so pretty cool. There you go. And here's the main temple in Seoul that I'm walking up to right now. This place is full of school kids trying to get a picture of me. It's kind of weird. I'm not used to it. Maybe in India, but not here. Like, I had about 20 school kids then come up to me and take a selfie with me. Yeah, it's pretty cool, but I'm not used to it. Not since I was in India, anyway. Alright guys, just arrived in a different part of Seoul. We're going to go to the Korean War Museum. Apparently it's one of the main, if not the main attraction in Seoul, and apparently it gets like 4 million people per year entering. So I'm pretty fascinated about the Korean War. I went to DMZ the other day. That was an awesome experience. I might actually go to what's called Unification Hill tomorrow morning before I leave Seoul. I'm not too sure, it's about an hour and a half. You don't need a DMZ tour, which is really, really awesome. You can just go on your own by public transport, so I might do that. Actually, quite surprisingly, South Korea is not that expensive, and in Japan and Korea I've had a lot of 7-Eleven food. You can get food in 7-Eleven, it tastes good and it's really, really cheap, so I'm going to try and find a 7-Eleven or a cheap convenience store, eat some food there. It's probably not going to be authentic Korean food, but it's cheap, I'm budgeting, and I'm doing a pretty good job at it. So let's try and find one here, the convenience store here. And I think that's got some places outside I can sit. Well, there's two guys sitting there. Move, bitches! But yeah, try and find some food in there maybe. In 1 week in South Korea, I spent $240 US. You know, in a developed country, I expect to spend at least, you know, $450 US maybe in a week, maybe more, maybe a little bit less, around that mark. But in Korea, it's very cheap. You can get hostels for like $10 a night, like Southeast Asian prices. Very, very good. I'm very impressed by how cheap Korea is, especially compared to Japan. It feels very, very, very cheap. All right, we're here. The War Memorial. Okay, it's a pretty big place. Let's go check it out. The Korean War was a terrible war, and I think if you go to the DMZ, go to the North Korean border, you just realise that still to this day, obviously the damage is still there. Obviously, Korea is two countries now. When we had the DMZ tour, he was telling us about all the casualties and all the devastation of the Korean War. But I think it's amazing that how the South Korean economy has grown so strongly since those days. I think it's like number 12 in the world economy-wise. Very, very impressive. But here's the memorial here. And so I'm just going to walk around now. I might go inside. Don't think it's going to cost too much to go inside and go and check it out. I'm quite fascinated by this. History and travel, two great things combined into one. Makes me very happy. All right, and here we go, the museum straight ahead. Let's go check it out. It's nice to see all these flags all around here from all over the world. You just feel, despite terrible conflicts in the world, there's always some kind of unity after it, or at least we hope so. British flag, Greek flag, Norwegian flag, Italian flag, Mexican flag. Wow. A lot of flags. Pretty cool. This is the military uniforms of the Great Han Empire, 1897. So this is a lot of history in here. It's a great museum. Free entry, fantastic history, a real great insight into the Korean War, and definitely worth coming here. One thing you do learn is just how rich the history is of this area. You know, Japan, Korea, China. It's an ancient history, and one of the greatest things about traveling is seeing history. And when you come to this part of Asia, so much history. One of the best things about traveling around here. Alright, so as you can see down there, the sun is going down. It's going to be a beautiful sunset because there's barely any clouds in the sky. There's a memorial there looking good, and down there is a tower right there that I'm going to go and try and get up there right now. So I'm going to try and use Google Maps, which by the way doesn't really work in South Korea. That's one thing I should tell you about Google Maps in South Korea. It doesn't tend to work, which is kind of frustrating. Make it kind of hard to get around. There's some local apps that you should use and download, which I haven't downloaded because I'm stupid. But whatever, I still managed to get around anyway. But yeah, go and try and see that sunset from up there. Should be a great view. Let's go and catch the bus right now. What a beautiful world we live in. Alright guys, just got into my hostel now. I forgot to mention but I was changing accommodation, so before I go out tonight I had to change hostels, and I found this hostel here which is in a pretty good location for $9 US. Think about that, $9 US in South Korea. You think, or you would think, South Korea is a super expensive country because it's very developed and it's very wealthy and it's got a great economy. But however, travelling here is not too bad. $9. There's actually nobody in here. My dorm's pretty empty, there's only 2 people, so I should get a nice, good night's sleep. And yeah, $9. Easy.